Thank you to EDH Alters for his patronage and support of the channel. Toralf God of Fury versus Numot the Devastator, Jorkadeen the Prevailer, and Kenrith the Returned King. That's, potentially a good hand. If we get into another land, then we can go for the Burnished Heart and then go on to Thran Dynamo from there. Yeah, if we get a fourth land, we can actually go Thran Dynamo, crack the Burnished Heart, and then we're looking at some pretty good mana. And we do get into another land, so let's just get down the tap land here. And it is the World Tree over here, so I'm guessing that this is a God Tribal list. Haven't had a chance to make one of my own yet. The World Tree being cast or being played by Gogo, so I'm guessing that that is God Tribal. Haven't had a chance to make God Tribal myself yet. Stoneforge Mystic from Greedo. They went for Sword of the Animist. And then it's a bounce land from the Numot player. Okay, Valakut Exploration is good. Let's just throw down a mountain. There's nothing we can do, so we'll just pass at that. Kaldheim Expedition from Kenrith. And a Marble Diamond from the Boros player. And then Tunnel Ignis. When a land enters under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter this turn, it deals 3 damage to them. So that'll burn us when we go for the Burnished Heart. A Leyline Tyrant, making some good draws. Let's go for the Burnished Heart, and we'll name God on the Cavern of Souls. So like I said, if we get into another land next turn, we can go Thran Dynamo, crack the Heart. And then playing a land, just a bunch of green mana so far, but going for a Cultivate. And then being able to crack the Kaldheim Expedition next turn should be able to get all the colours into play. Sword of the Animist coming down now, and being equipped to the Stoneforge Mystic. And I would definitely be swinging in towards Numot here. I don't like the idea of lands getting blown up. And yep, going in towards Numot. I don't mind a land destruction deck getting bullied. Then Confounding Conundrum for the Numot player. Yep, so it's punishing the land players, or players that want to ramp with lands at least. So Burnished Heart actually isn't going to do anything for us here, unfortunately. I mean, we can still use it to search for lands at least. Alright, we get into a land, so I think we just go for the Thran Dynamo here. We can at least ramp still. But it would be nice to see the back of the Confounding Conundrum. I think if we went to crack the Burnished Heart here, then we'd have to bounce both the lands. Yeah, it counts both of them, so we could just guarantee ourselves a land drop on our next turn. So yeah, we'll just hold up the Burnished Heart and we'll crack it at the end of the Numot player's turn. Another blue land comes down and the Kaldheim Expedition can now be cracked, but they're in the same position we are in. And Sakura Tribe Elder, so lots of land-based ramp here for the 5-colour player, as you would expect. And there is some non-land-based ramp, a Gilded Lotus. The Sakura Tribe Elder can be cracked now because they haven't had a land enter this turn. And then Leonin War Leader for the Boros player. This time the Stoneforge Mystic coming in at us. Yeah, we'll just take the damage here. There is a Harsh Mentor. Should have cracked the Burnished Heart before that came down, I suppose. But we don't know what else they're going to do with their open mana, and that gives us a reason, so yeah, let's crack the Burnished Heart now. I don't see what else they could hold up that we'd be worried about. We'll take 2 damage either from Harsh Mentor, or we'll take it from the Tunnel Ignis. So we'll take some damage here, and we'll have to bounce some lands back to hand. Now then, do we want to bounce the Forgotten Cave so that we can cycle it? I think I'm pretty happy with the lands that we've got in hand, so let's bounce. So let's just bounce a couple of mountains here. And then we still get bolted by the Tunnel Ignis. Then the same will occur for the Kaldheim Expedition player. And then the Ignis swinging in towards Gogo. And, alright, we draw into another land anyway. So maybe should have gone for bouncing the Forgotten Cave. Let's go for... Yeah, I think we go for the Valakut Exploration and our commander this turn. So play our commander, play the enchantment, and then we'll get some landfall going. Probably just looking to ping our opponents here. Star of Extinction. I mean, yeah, could have dealt some damage with that next turn, so that's a shame to see the back of that one. So each of our opponents taking a damage, because Star of Extinction goes into the bin. We can play some cards out of our graveyard anyway, so it's not necessarily the end of Star of Extinction and explore. I mean, it's a card draw at least, but they won't necessarily want to play an additional land. Then Deep Analysis, draw a couple of cards, and then Flashback will allow them to draw some as well. And they go for the flashback on that, so up to 8 they'll have to discard down to hand size. They can make an additional land here, but like I said, they don't necessarily want to do that. Boros Locket and the Fire Diamond, followed by the commander Jorkadeen, and holding up a single white mana, which is always worth playing around. The 5/3 will come into us, and I think they had to play a land and bounce it back to hand with the Sword of the Animist. Leonin Warleader going in at the Numot player, and that will generate some cat tokens. And the cat tokens, one goes in at Gogo, the other one goes in at Numot. They are 4/1s. We'll just take the damage from the Stoneforge Mystic. And there's Numot the Devastator, so hopefully there's no counter magic being held up over here. We've got plenty of creatures to deal damage to. Does it count on Toralf being dealt damage as well? No, it's whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage. So it's basically 13 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, and then take away the total toughness. That's pretty much how you work it out, isn't it? So another land for us. Let's drop the land before anything else. And that is a Seething Song. So we might as well just go for the Seething Song there, I think. So yeah, let's drop ourselves a Blasphemous Act here. And that lands. So there was no counter magic, no swords or anything here, which is what I was worried about. And is it going to tell us how much damage we've got on each trigger? Wow, is it actually not going to tell us? Alright, let's just try placing one on the Numot player. And see if that bothers to tell us. Yeah, it tells us after we've already put it on the stack. That's ridiculous. Alright, well, 10's not enough. Yeah, this is a really bad design. It should tell us while it's on the stack. That's 19 damage. And then that's 11. So I've actually dealt, what's that? That's 30 damage over there. So that might have worked out okay anyway. Let's go after Gogo as well. He's at the lowest life total. And I don't like the idea of a 5-colour god player being around. So that is 21. And that's 28. And then I don't even know what the value of these other two is. That is 12 and 12 to Greedo. So luckily that actually panned out alright, I think. So Gogo goes down. And so does the other player. So that is the power of our commander. Let's see here. We could try getting down Toralf again. Can we afford to hold up Twin Flame? Oh, actually, it's not an instant, is it? So, yeah, we'll just go for our commander again. And then we'll go Leyline Tyrant. The commander comes down again, Jorkadeen. Followed by the Black Blade Reforged. It will be difficult to deal excess damage over there. Yeah, so that is a 16-12 now. 2 cards in hand over there. Oh, and the Sword of the Animist coming down as well. Another land for us. Let's see what we get with the Valakut Exploration. That is a bonus round. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery, that player copies it. You can choose new copies. Yeah, the problem is, if we copy the Big X spell, we're going to wipe out our own commander before the copy resolves. Let's swing in with the Leyline Tyrant first and foremost. Right, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. -3 is 7 for this, and then that would be 5 into X. Yeah, if they didn't buff this up so much, it wouldn't be a problem, but unfortunately it is. They may well be able to get Commander off on us next turn. Yeah, we'll just have to leave it at that, I think. Deal another damage to our opponent by losing the bonus round. Yeah, I think we would have dealt 10 damage to them there. They wouldn't have lost their commander, and we would have lost our creatures. So we just need to see if we can survive another turn here. 2 cards in hand, they just played a land. And can they get double strike on us is the question, or any kind of buff? Well, they're going to get another land. So we can just hope to keep hold of the Leyline Tyrant, tap out this turn, and then just go for a big Molten Disaster. They're going to knock us down to... yeah, lower than we'd like. So I think we just block with our commander here. And then we'll tap down a bunch of red mana before the end of the turn, because we've got the red Omnath. Okay, Backdraft Hellkite. Don't have any haste, so not going to be making use of that anyway. Let's drop a mountain. Valakut will trigger. And that is a Wayfarer's Bauble. Yeah, we just go Molten Disaster here, I think, and go for 15 exactly. That will have split second on it as well, so our opponent can't do anything about this. Knocking them down to 1, I thought we had them there, but didn't account for the fact that it's God mana that we've got in the pool. So let's see if they've got an answer. Should have swung in with the Leyline Tyrant first, really. Drawing 2 cards, and then we'll swing in and hope that they don't have a swords. We've tapped down our creature now. We have to go for the win here, and luckily managed to get it. So a little bit goofed up towards the end there. Yeah, they drew into a Blasphemous Act of their own. That's the funny thing about our commander, is that it will switch off other people's Blasphemous Acts and things like that. So just showing off the power of Toralf there. I was a big fan of Torbran, the one that added 2 damage to all of your destructive damage-based stuff, but Toralf, even more powerful, it would seem. So hopefully you all enjoyed that quick one, and I will see you all in the next one, I hope. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching.